Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great out there. In this video today, we're going to start this video off with the Deus 2, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've had two of them now, for right about a year, and I've put a lot of miles on it, a lot of hours, and I've had some good times with it. I found a lot of good stuff with it, don't get me wrong, it's a great machine, but let's talk about it a little bit. First, the one reason I switched from the Equinox to this one was the leaking Equinox. I sent so many back, I got tired of it. And this one does not leak. I've had it underwater many times. My friends have had them underwater many times. Nobody has had to send one back because of leakage. 100%. So as far as I know, nobody's had one leak that I know of. If y'all know anything, put it down in the comments below. But as far as I know, none of them have leaked, which is a big plus. Second thing, good. Quiet on the beach, just as quiet as a Nox. It's a lot of machines. For those of you that do hunt beaches, the Garretts are not the great on the beach. I had an AT Pro and it just went crazy on the beach. I mean, you can use it, but you got to do a lot of adjusting on it to be able to get it even settled down enough to do it. Salt water has a lot of minerals in it, and it does affect a lot of machines, especially the less expensive machines. But it is quiet. I don't have any issue at all with the quietness of it. Depth, just as deep as the Equinox. You know, and we see so many people out there doing all kind of tests deeper than that, and I've done them too, but when it comes down to it, you know, one of them might do better in one area, and one might do better in the other area. If you got a quarter in the ground like this, one might be better than the other one. If you got it flat, the other one might win out. I mean, it's just so many variables there. You got a lot of things, you know, if you start putting bottle cap rejection in here, and anytime you mess with any settings on this thing, you're starting to change that frequency coming in that the computer's fixing up. So I try to do as little as I can, unless you get a whole thing full of like bottle caps. You want to reject them, but I try to do as least as I can when I'm doing it, just to keep that signal without being altered. But it is good as far as that goes. It's nice and quiet on the beach, so I don't have an issue with that. And the depth is just as good as the Nox as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it's so little. They're both putting out VLF frequencies, so they're both putting out basically, both of them are multi-frequency machines, so they're putting out a multitude of frequencies with like 5 to 40, whatever it is. But so they're both real similar to getting, when you're talking about depth, little things and big things at different depths, and also that's not an issue. It's good as far as that goes. Let's see, the loudest. I actually like this better than the Nox because it's much louder. I'm not really good at hearing. My hearing's not that great, and I don't know if it's the headphones or what this machine's putting out or what, but I can really cut it up where I can really hear it good. The Nox was getting to the point I had to really concentrate, listen, and try to hear those real faint sounds. This one, on those faint sounds, I could really hear them a lot better. So the sound on this one was good to me. I really like that. Let's see, headphones, wireless. I got those new headphones, those WS, I can't say the name of, but they're wireless, the big ones. I really like those. They have been coming in really handy to me. I really enjoy using those. Headphones, I don't have any problem with those on here. You do have the bone conducting for the underwater, which they worked. I use them underwater and I didn't have any issue with them. So headphone wise, good to go. Oh, one other thing I really like about those ones I got, the new ones, when you cut the machine on, once you pair them, they automatically come on. You don't have to separately cut the headphones on while you're cutting the other one. The Nox, you had to do that, and you had to cut them on. You got to get the timing right and make sure they picked them up and all. This one automatically picks it up. When it comes on, the headphones automatically come on. When you cut it off, the headphones cut off. I like that. That was a good addition to this one here that I liked for that reason. All right, that's some of the good. Yeah, now that kind of covers a lot of things, good things about it. So let's talk about a little bit about the bad now. When I first got the machine, probably within the first month, I broke the lower shaft, As you see, it's got some flexibility, and once you put the coil on, you can see it actually moving around. I didn't like that, and I actually was going in a hole and stressed out and broke it in half in it. I didn't like that $1,500 machine. You'd think they would go ahead and put a carbon fiber shaft on the bottom, but they did not. But as y'all know, y'all see me, I did change mine to the carbon fiber right here. It actually comes from Nocta Legend. I had to do some modification to it, but it don't bend at all. So I really like the lower shaft as that. But this I didn't like. That's the first thing. The wire. One of my biggest complaints, I would say, is this wire. If you're not a water hunter, you don't have any issues. Go out in the field, do whatever. But if you're a water hunter, you're having the coil underwater, and this coil is wireless, which means it's transmitting through your Bluetooth, and so it's putting out a signal. That signal cannot go through water. So once you stick, if you don't have this wire here attached to it, once you stick this coil underwater, it can't read the coil anymore. So what they come out with, they got this wire. As y'all know, this coil you have to charge this coil. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so you got to, it's no wire to it. So you got to put this wire here, and what this coil is doing is transmitting into this wire. This wire, I've put mine inside the shaft, which I don't know, they don't do that normally. And it has to be right here on the top, so that, and open here, and this receiver can actually read it through here, right here. That's the only way you can get the signal. And if you put it, you can actually leave the wire here if you don't put the pod underwater, but once you put the pod underwater, it has to be right here. As long as this wire is in the air anywhere above the water line, it'll pick it up. But once this goes on water, it can't transmit that distance, so you got to have it here. Now what I do, I don't like those little clips. That clip came off on me, real easy to come off. And this clip down here that normally holds wire. I got mine just like an RTV on here holding it to it. But the normal thing that slides on there actually has a little light that you charge it with. So when you go to charge it, you got to pull it off to be able to see the light if it's charged or not. Where I got mine just glued on there, it's I can see it anyway. Poof, I see the light, I'm off. Just like that. This, I did have it here, and I got to redo that right there. I put goop on it, to hold it in place, run up the shaft right there. But I don't like having to mess with this wire. I already had to replace it once because it got real black looking inside, like it's gotten leakage. This one looks good. I sealed it really good, so it has not leaked. So right now, I'm doing okay with that. But if I had a choice, I'd rather have a wired coil and not have to charge the other coil. Having to charge the other coil, you come home, you got to charge the headphones, you got to charge the pod, now you got to charge the coil, and you got to have everything charged for the next day. I had one of my chargers wasn't working good on my coil. It ran out on me twice. Well, if I had a wire coil, I wouldn't have that issue. So I don't like that wire going through the coil. Like I said, I ran mine through the shaft. All right, we talked about having to charge a coil, but I'd rather have that control pod. I'm not sure why it is, but hey, look, it just pops right off. And if you're in the woods and hitting trees or come by something, it's popped off on me many times. And it's just, you would think they would have a way that you could just flip something and lock it on and not have to worry about that. And these aren't cheap. If you're in the woods and that thing popped off and you lost it, you'd be up the creek. That's why you put this little safety tab on it right here to keep it. If it comes off, it catches it so you don't go off. But personally, I think they should have had another different way to mount this and to hold it on there permanently and not have to do that. I don't like that. That's one thing I do not like, having to mess with that pod. Another thing, the price. It's not cheap. It's definitely over 50% more than the Equinox. So, I mean, it was not a cheap unit. Price is definitely, got to play that in there, because I always buy two or whatever I get, and just to have a backup. I definitely want an Equinox. I always had to, because I usually have one in the shop, one I'm using, and be careful with it in. But anyway, price is definitely an issue here, a little bit high. How to operate it. It's not the easiest thing. Now, you can't just pick it up, cut on, and go. You got to kind of know a little bit about what you're doing here before you can actually do that. Some machines are made pretty easy that you can pretty much show somebody how to use it real quick and they can go. This was a little more difficult. There's a lot of settings on it. There's a lot of ways you can change things and all. But operational difficulty on that is definitely a negative to me. I don't know. I don't know if we can do any better with it. Just got a lot of bells and whistles on it. But I tell you what, the Nocta Legend, I do have one of those, and I haven't used it as much as I should. I did find gold with it when I used it. I only used it a few times. But I'm really interested in trying that machine out again. A heck of a lot cheaper. Anytime, the reason why I stopped was, you get used to one machine, those sales coming in, you just knew, when you get those slight targets, you kind of learn a machine when to dig them, not dig them. I haven't done that with the Legend. I really think I'm going to go ahead and give that one another try. I haven't looked into it enough to know, the size cords available. I really need to look at that. But I did get a waterproof headphones for it, and the wireless. So I'm going to give it you're going to see me out there in the future with the Nocta Legend. I really like the company Nocta for a couple reasons. One, well, the machine doesn't leak. I talked to the guy about that one. He said he's never had one leak. But it's the price is a lot cheaper on it. But the Nocta company itself, I noticed just recently online, they had some people say, hey, we don't like this light hat comes on. We need a little dimmer, blah, blah, blah. And they actually the engineers actually changed it, and they put out a new version of the software, and it was fixed. The way they listened to people, which I really like. Dialect was, I think her name is a really great representative for the company. She explained, you got somebody from the company explaining things to you online constantly, asking for feedback and input it into the machine. I had a trouble with my Legend. The speaker messed up on me, and they admitted they had a trouble with the speaker, and they had fixed it. They had to order some different parts and get them in there, and they fixed it. They listened to their people. You can't expect things to work perfect, and even with the Legend, it leaking. Okay, it leaked. What's the problem? Let's fix it, because you get a brand new car could break down the next day, but they never acknowledged the problem. They never even said, what the issues were. I'm really interested in maybe the 900 light bound lab. I love the Legend. The Equinox, but they never admitted they had an issue with it, never said it was something they fixed. So I don't know if the new one's going to leak or not, because they never said they fixed anything. So I'm still leery on that, but I really like BioLab. But I'm waiting to hear if those 900s or the Manicore leak, or if they fix them. Did they reimburse, restructure something in there to make it so it wouldn't leak? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. If y'all know anything, put in the comments below, because I'm really interested in those machines. Anyway, that's my input on that right there as far as the machines go. I do have, y'all saw me making some silver bullets. I got my dollar actually wrapping them, putting a little thing to hang them. I do have one that's not wrapped for sale. If y'all interested, I'll put a link in the video description. If anybody wants it, I just got one. So if anybody interested, it'll be a link in the video description below. I do have a lot more kiln stuff. I'm really enjoying doing some different things with the kiln. We're trying a lot of different tests. Me and Buddy did spent all day doing some tests. You'll see it on the video, trying some different things with it. It's pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope y'all get out there and find something really good. Get out there. I wish you good luck to everybody. All right, appreciate everybody coming along with me on this video. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share. Subscribe to the Gigmaster, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Stay tuned.